guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Gabby here. We're going directly into the continuation of our previous activation. So if you haven't watched it, make sure to do that. If you did, or if you haven't, and you feel like this is right for you and you want to do this activation here instead, just go ahead and follow your intuition. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to do that so that you can listen to the whole video if something happens, and also be able to listen to this again, so don't lose track of one another. And if you would like to be a member and you would like to be a fan and support the channel, you're super welcome, or give a gift if you feel like in your heart. If you don't, it's okay, it's up to you. And if you'd like to follow me and check more information about me and about my work, and join the EMCQ or get in touch, go to my page, gabigal.com, gabigal.com. And so let's see now and connect with the gallbladder. And we are working through the gallbladder and the stomach. And there was an activation happening in the stomach, where a lot of information from your mother's lineage was being released, above all with the role as a woman from past generations, and it was creating some stored worries in your stomach and in those particular regions, and also feeling insecure or doubtful about some choices in your life. And there can be also a connection of imbalance there in the gallbladder and the spleen. We have here continuation of that pattern that we're going deeper and taking a look at and releasing the causes. And when we do that, we invite in new energies in the region and new consciousness, which also enables greater healing being happening in the body, which will automatically also lead to greater wellness. So let's fortify the cells and also take a look at what they're saying to us here. So there is transformation happening in the serosa and the fundus in the stomach area, and also in the duodenum. So mainly it's information layers that have been stored from your family generation in these cavities, in these tissues. And let's strengthen all these empty spaces and spaces in between cells, and let's also strengthen the curvature in the stomach, and let's correct it to its normal curvature and its perfection amount of space there, so that you can increase your capacity for digestion and improve the intakes of right nutrients, and also the process of separation of some molecules. And we're also discerning about timing. The stomach is doing this work, and strengthening the communication between the cells and organs. And also let's balance out the connection with the triple warmer, and let's remove any kind of traumatic memories from your families and from your system with regards to illnesses and stress, and also I got a connection of a pattern of victimhood and injustice coming from your mother or from a mother's lineage, and it had to do with previous memories of what happened to her or her mother, your grandma. For this collective, just take what resonates, okay? And that had to do with some situations where love hasn't been shared, and a feeling of unworthiness and undeservingness came through from these experiences that had nothing to do with you and relationships. A lot of insecurities coming up there, and things that they've said, and I'm feeling like that has been being kind of transferred to your body because there is a very big insecurity coming from particular moments of survival and poverty, even for some of you. And in other times, I'm feeling like it has a lot to do with having to take care of families or having to accept certain situations, choices of the masculine around, and even cultural and society norms, educational norms for some of you. And in there, the free energy of sensuality and sexuality of the feminine has not really been um, shared because there were these patterns and these limited frameworks and dimensions that the feminine energy was connected with. And interestingly, because it feels like it has a lot to do with society patterns that we are releasing here all together and updating the grids and the experiences, and they are connected with. It's a very big energy here from this group transforming. Wow, it's really big. I'm feeling like it's really big. It entails a lot of people. And so we're working here with you, and we're working with your ancestors, and we're working with the others around it. So we are updating a lot of information that's happening for a lot of people on this planet right now, and it's big. Um, and we're working as well with the bladder. A lot of information stored in the essence of humanity and all the feminine energies as well, because there's been a big misunderstanding about the capacity of the of women in what we call modern age, because actually it's not modern at all, because in older civilizations we were more modern than today, in a lot of aspects and the connections and the intuition and our abilities that were quite open, and the connection with the earth and the connection with universal consciousness and access to wisdom and to a lot of other things that are not really harnessed and not really respected and not really taken into account in modern society. But it's starting to be now more open with the new generations that are being born now, because more and more and more people are more open to their gifts, and a lot more crystal children are born. So we are able to connect in a completely different way and in a much higher vibration than earlier. That's one of the reasons why many of us are called to be using these gifts right now and investing in expanding and learning how to use our gifts to be able to come along with this evolution and also help others. So we have a lot of experience. So here we have a freedom that's happening in the sexual energies, and it could also be connected to the Kundalini energy. But it's an energy of freedom, and it's an energy of really being able to take back your creative power, and a creative power that has been sometimes entangled with a man, with the father figures, authority figures, relationships, and other situations that have been kind of limiting your ability to express yourself fully and to be able to be fully in your creative, happy and exciting and and loving energies, and being able to tap into that hidden knowledge and wisdom that exists within self. And even if you're a man listening to this, but you can connect with that particular intuition as well within self. And so when we come to this level of awareness, we see how the mother's lineage of for many of us has been cluttered by these particular belief systems and experiences, and also illnesses that were connected with that because of the ways that they were acting. And so every thought generates a physical reaction in the body, and so that also affects the organs and the different parts of the DNA, and therefore it also affects different decisions that the body make, and then therefore creates also some imbalances and other kinds of disruptions and The disruptions cannot be treated just through the disruptions to be solving your problem that's more than chronic in humanity, that comes from a whole lot of generations, thought forms, and beliefs, and it's very complex for sometimes um, modern medicine to be able to find solutions, because and the solutions, they don't lie in the very level that the problems are trying to be solved. They lie in a level that's beyond the subconscious mind, and that's the level that we are accessing and working with here together. So we have here very strong connection with sex and your sexual freedom and your ability to be able to be yourself fully and use your sexual energy fully for yourself, but also for whatever you want to focus your attention on. And um, there's been a pattern of, as well, the masculine trying to dominate and kind of own, I would say, in some cultures and some timelines. And perhaps even you experience those patterns today in your life, I don't know. But that's what just came through. Just take what applies to you. And if you feel that, it's normal and natural, if we are looking from these lenses that I'm going to show you here, that the masculine feels insecure, and the masculine energy trying to control, because the masculine energies uh, don't know if they're going to be supplied by that particular high dimensional frequency from the feminine, and it tries to control something um, that haven't really acknowledged and opened within themselves to come to that level of awareness that they are freeing themselves from the fear of what that is and what that means, and how that can be expressed, and so forth. And at the level of the soul, we free ourselves from those concepts in relationships when we start to reach a more unconditional level, and that's when we start to access um, spiritual levels in relationships, especially when it comes to relationships with specific soulmates or twin flames, which is much deeper type of relationship, um, and more transformative relationship, that you realize that perhaps there is some karmic ties and experiences that you have to heal with your twin, and it comes along from a lot of times, a lot of lifetimes and experiences in relationships. But it can also be that you guys, you have a very, very strong connection of same soul, or like almost the same soul, if you could say that. And so that requires a lot of internal work and realization as well, that you can trust, because um, the connection will always be there with these particular people. And now he's calling me. Okay, guys, no, should wait. Okay, I'm busy. So a connection is there, and so you're going to notice that there is. I'm just gonna wait. Sorry, I gotta have to edit this. Uh, the connection is there, so you don't have to be afraid of any loss or any situation of, when you're feeling impaired and stopped, and so forth, and because of that, and you just have to leave the earth-based um, earth-based ways of thinking about relationships, and the fears that we had from past generations with regards to our full self expression, especially as a woman, because, as a woman, we were condensed, we were, uh, you know, uh, directed in a way or another through our education, through their parents, through the collective experts, and other people around, that we shouldn't act in particular ways because we would be punished, we would be excluded, we would be killed, or we would be oh, whatever. And so um, let's release the infection behind this particular situation and the infectious thoughts and emotions and experiences of ancestors and all negative experiences from these particular um, journeys, and like remove all of them and let go, and let's strengthen uh, the direction of the energies and connections as well with balance I'm seeing here in the electrons. Okay, let's balance out the electrons. And now I'm seeing here information being released from past generations, from your father's generation as well. I'm seeing here the balanced electrons. Let's balance out and let's release any stagnation connected with these particular experiences. Any stagnation in your creative center, in your creative channels, and any kind of insecurities and taboos and whatever it may be that has not been really attuned with freedom and your ability to be yourself and your ability to use your power and your energies and your creativity for creating balance and creating results for your life and also for the lives of others, and taking actions as well. Many of us, I'm getting here some memories, guys, so I'm sharing with you. Many of us have been impaired in a lot of actions and stopped because of particular thoughts and experiences and beliefs from these past generations, and they may be there, stopping the process of expressing ourselves, so stopping the process of going for the things that we love, the relationships that we love, um, the our desires, stopping our desires, stopping us from really fulfilling ourselves, or stopping us from communicating our truth, and stopping us from stepping up in our lives into feeling confident and feeling that we deserve much more from life, and also stopping our perception about ourselves, and instead projecting a perception of who we are that's completely different from who we really are, because the perception that we are being reflected is a perception of their own experiences and the perception of their own journeys and the traumas and their choices and so forth. And that's a perception that they know about, that they've come across, and happily we can understand that as basis for our lives, and gratitude for our ancestors for their journeys, because they've already experienced those things, and we can take the gifts and the lessons from those things, and we can grow from that and expand from that, and be able to transform those things instead of living the same cycles and the same experiences and the same limitations that they have, and letting go of all of those things and the limitations connected with those experiences, and allow us to then be free to be in our purpose and to receive the abundance and the love and the freedom that we deserve, and allow us to be fully our true selves, and free ourselves from those limitations and the projections as well imposed, and the insecurities and the worries of others. So we are detangling ourselves from this holographic field, and we are strengthening the connection with our kidneys and our parents as well, and genetics, and updating the genetic information. And let's release now the dead cells and the cellular waste and the mental energy and all of the energies and the levels of consciousness that are not connected with us anymore. And let's see what's happening. It's changing. You're going to be feeling more life quality from now. And let's rearrange the centers in the body and let's see what's happening. Okay, try it on natural fitness. Strong, strengthen your internal chi and internal kung fu. And let's see what's happening with the stomach. There's a cellular integration happening in the stomach. There's oxygen flowing there, which is positive. It's good. I'm feeling that this is a big transformation happening in the template of Mother Father to a more involved perception of these elements in our lives and also in the revolution here. Let's remove, still there is something there with education, so let's remove the information that's misleading here and see what's happening. Okay, update information in the pituitary gland and connect that with the stomach tract, digestive tract, going and it's clearing. I'm seeing it's clearing. We're going to the esophagus and strengthening the fundus and strengthening the lumen and the rugae mucosa as well. And let's connect with serosa and the body and delete all the inflammation. And let's balance out the B cells and also the memory cells and the healer cells. And we see here deeper what's happening. We're balancing out histamine as well. And let's remove all of these painful memories. See what's happening. Okay, we're strengthening time and less aging, and let's strengthen for calmness here. Calmness. I'm feeling like past generations has been very tense. And it feels like you've taken on those things at a certain level in your life. And perhaps you've put a lot of effort on particular things. So let's remove here the cellular waste and let's strengthen central core and strengthen the bladder and strengthen reproductive system and life pentagon strong and rebalance actions, especially cell actions and the cellular computer. Now feeling the head just behind here. Let's see what's happening. Okay, let's increase longevity here for this group. And we're expanding longevity here and we're removing all these templates, old templates of specific ages, specific diseases, specific thoughts about life and about what is possible and what is not. And let's remove all the karma that's being connected with this collective, with desires and not desire, lack of desires, or experiences from the dead, from what's happened. And let's release all the dead cells and the waste. And let's strengthen the lymphatic system, strong. And let's see here what's happening. Strengthen the genitals and the reproductive system, the ovaries, the menstruation cycles for you women, and your ability to extend your menstruation cycle until you feel like you need to stop it. So strengthen personal decisions for menstruation cycle and for creating new eggs and removing any kind of educational thought that all eggs exist there and there's no opportunity to create new eggs. Delete all of the misleading information from education and strengthening your reproductive system, removing all the layers of illusions. Let's remove all of these layers of illusions. Cervix strong in connection with the uterus strong, opening there and strengthen that so that you can birth experiences, projects, beautiful things, abundance, love, happiness, so that you can birth health, friendships, like in this community. I hope that I make a lot of friends here because I'm doing this from my heart, and I hope you also share your gifts and insights. Um, and so let's open up here and strengthen our friendships. Let's strengthen our love and our unconditional love, sending love to one another from a heart space and thanking one another for this update. And let's release all of these old memories and blockages. Strengthen respiratory system and oxygen to all parts of your body, and also the bicarbonate device there in your kidneys. Strong. Let's regulate the buffered there in the body, balancing out oxygen, carbon dioxide strong, bicarbonate strong. Strengthen all the capillaries and balance out the digestive system. Physical intelligence strong, and also the atoms of your body and the galactic bodies update and land is strong. Okay, so that was the update today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to get in touch, you have my homepage, gabigal.com, gabigal.com. Lots of love to you. Bye.